Alright, video game warriors, welcome back to our Lies of P comprehensive walkthrough series. Hopefully you're doing alright. This is episode 8. Let's get cracking on. So in the previous episode we just defeated the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, so we're going to push on forward. We're going to pick this bad boy up. In this room it's quite important to grab this portrait, so let's grab that. Portrait of a boy. So make sure to pick that bad boy up. And then we have some quartz just tucked away around the back of here, so we're going to grab this as well. And if memory serves, this will lead us back up to the hotel in just a sec. I don't think there's anything else too crazy up here. Let's take a look up here. Let's grab this, see what it's got to say. It's going to flick through all the pages till we get to page 3. Hopefully you're enjoying your Lies of P playthrough so far. Video game warriors, let us know how you're getting on in the comments. Yes, so on this bit we basically just use this lift or elevator, and this will take us back up to Hotel Quartz. So I believe, if memory serves, at this point we get access to a key which opens Rosa Isabel Street. So we're gonna spam through this NPC's dialogue, spam on through, talk, exhaust all the dialogue options as per usual. Make sure you've got all that stuff. And then we now get access to this golden tree. So let's head on through. I'm going to go ahead and skip through this scene here. Basically, a short version of this tree will sort of like generate some gold coins every so often. So it says there, until the next fruit is ripe. It's 10 minutes basically for each fruit. You can also recalibrate the P organ if you want to. You can reset Legion arms. You can reset your character's level. So you can basically recalibrate your character however you want to. Just keep in mind it costs gold coins every time that you do that. So you can reset level, that will cost you some gold coins, and that's the amount of ergo that you would get back, which is 63,000, and then you can just, level up your character however you want. And you can do that as many times as you want. I don't think there's a limit to how many times you do it, but I think it does cost more and more gold coins every single time that you do it. So yeah, we currently have 8 gold coins. We now have on the user interface, we've got 8 gold coins up top right. So keep track of that as we play through. So for example, if you wanted to reset level, we've got 8. I believe it costs 4 by the looks of it. Once again, you can reset Legion arms as well, and you can do it for like the specific one Legion arm that you want. It's not every single Legion arm, so you could reset Puppet String, and then you could get 3 Legion calibers back if you wanted to do that. Or you can reset P organ stuff as well. But yeah, so that is available. If you feel like you've made a mistake or you want to recalibrate your character somehow, then absolutely go for it. This guy now sells wish stones. I basically use it for one wish stone only, which is pretty much this one here, which is the recovery wish stone. So I'm just going to buy a couple of those. I try to have at least 2 gold coins in my character's inventory at all times. That's because there's certain like quests and stuff that will pop up, and you kind of need to have the gold coins that sort of like hand over to the NPCs for certain quest lines and little things like that, and dialogue options. So we're gonna pop and talk to Geppetto. Spam through his stuff as per usual. Exhaust dialogue options. We're going to hand over I believe that's the portrait. So we'll now hang the portrait on the wall. We get the clap gesture, and it says you cannot use this right now. So this basically is the secret weapon of the game, which is called the Golden Lie. It's a staff weapon. We will be sort of like working our way towards that as we kind of smash through the game, so just keep your eye on that portrait as we sometimes pop into see Geppetto, it will change a little bit. So yeah, I think we've kind of smashed through those. Vanini Works, Malum District, Rosa Isabel Street. Nice. I don't know if we've got any quartz. We've got one. Let's take a little gander at the quartz stuff. So we've got one. We might as well, pop it towards this pulse cell recovery too. Let's have a look what we can choose from. So it's either going to be ability type or attack type. Let's have a little gander. Charge stagger enhances the stagger attack of charge attacks. That's quite good because we do use charge attacks quite a fair bit. What else we got? Fable Arts attack. It is a good idea to essentially stack them. So if you get Fable Arts attack and then you got an option for Fable Arts attack 2, it's a good idea to do that. Do we have any other charge attack? So charge stagger attack 2. Charge stagger attack 1. Yeah, I guess we'll start building towards that. So I've got charge stagger attack. That's basically just your charged R2, so it increases the amount of sort of like stagger build up it would do to the enemy. So let's grab that for now. I think that's all the bits and bobs in here. Sophia's not got much to say. I'm pretty sure we just got a key when we talked to Geppetto there as well. Oh, no, sorry. Here it is. I couldn't remember if it was Geppetto or Antonia. But yeah, if you just talk to Antonia, spam the dialogue, we got the key for Rosa Isabel Street, which is really important. We need to grab that. Spam through that stuff. I'm not sure if Alidoro will have anything to say. No, we're just going to leave that for now. Don't buy any bits and bobs. Well, we're not going to buy any bits and bobs. Don't forget we bought the Nameless One's amulet on the previous episode. Nothing too crazy there. Sophia's not got anything to say. So let's talk to everybody else. Nothing additional there. Vanini. No, we'll leave that. We'll get the Fable bars back. Do the old stand still for a sec. Get the 3 Fable back. That'll come in useful. See if Jenny's got anything to do. No, so we need half moonstone. We don't have any half moonstone, so that's all good. Let's push on to Rosa Isabel Street, which is, I believe, this way. So we're going to head on up and head towards this door here. And we'll work our way through this section. Couple of bosses. I'm trying to remember what boss fights are coming on up. I think we've got some mini bosses. There is a sort of really rough main boss towards the end of this section as well. We've got a quest to do and we've got a lie to do as well. So we need to look out for those. Let me know what build you're using, Video Game Warriors. You're going for a strength build, a dexterity build perhaps, or even advance. So motivity, strength, technique, dexterity, or advanced stat. Let me know what you're rocking. Oh, okay. Let's smash our way through this. We're going to grab this Stargazer real quick. We can also pump out 3 levels. Going to rest at this. I think we will pop out a couple of levels. Let's have a look what we're looking like at the moment. So technique's falling behind a little bit. It's going to pump 1 into technique. In fact, I think we'll pump 2 into technique. Go for it. There we go. This area is also puppets. So what we probably should do is switch the special grindstone over to the puppet one. So let's put that on. And then it's just going to be a lot of slicing and dicing. We'll pick up some quests and stuff as we go. You could also put on Puppet Destroyer's amulet if you fancied doing that. Up to you. Give this guy the old cheeky backstab. Really looking forward to dropping into DLC. Like I say, it's such a good DLC. And I think just like the level design is really fun as well. The areas that you go to are really fun. Like they've picked a zoo and a circus, which is just fun, you know. So yeah, let's grab these shenanigans around here. And then we initiate a quest in just a sec. Grab that. Just a grenade. We're working our way towards an opera house. Where there's quite a, like I say, a rough boss in there. I'm going to pick up that there. There's a quest you can begin here. Just talk to old lady at the window. Spam through that. We nod our head and say yes. She says, go to Lorenzini Arcade at Wine Cellar. Okay, so that's that. We'll grab that quest and we can push on forward. Let's go for it. And then I think this area is just generally puppets slicing, dicing all the way through. There's a shortcut over to the left, but we will hang fire for that shortcut. We grab it from the opposite side in just a moski. There we go. Don't forget, I'll drop some new merch, Video Game Warriors, on the merch store. We've got some Video Game Warrior t-shirts, some Video Game Warrior mugs, all that good stuff. You can find that on my website, Azzavhar.com. Or there's a link to it down below in the video description. These enemies can be a little bit spicy. I believe they explode, so just watch out for them. If you don't take them out fast enough, those enemies will explode. I think we can grab a shortcut. We can puppet string to interrupt them. So we're going to grab this shortcut here. We've got a boss fight coming up in a sec, like a mini boss, which is quite rough, but it's all good. So we're going to grab that ladder's shortcut, drop on down, check this item, just smash on through. What else we got here? Got these like baby puppet enemies, which are really, really tanky for some reason. They've got like an insane amount of health. And yeah, they take they could take loads of attacks. They just keep going. And they've got a lot of poise as well. Like if you're attacking them, they don't get knocked back or anything. They just take the hits. It's wild. These enemies quite tanky. So just trying to jog my memory of this house. I don't think there's anything else that's... So we're going to head up here. I think this is just leads us back to the entrance of this house. Legion plug in there. We'll smash that door open. I don't think we really need to go through here, but let's just make sure. Yeah, that's just the section from before, essentially. It's just a case of working our way down. Bunch of maids waiting around. Let's just give these the old one too. Let's go. Thank you for watching these videos, Video Game Warriors. I am very, very grateful. Especially if you've made it this far into the series. Mega, mega grateful. You know, this many episodes into a series. It's super cool, so thank you so much if you've made it this far. Let me know in the comments if you've been cracking through all the episodes. You've made it up to this point. So we've got 7 pulse cells. I'm not sure. I think 7 is our maximum. We haven't really used any, so we might be able to tank through this boss perhaps here. Although we could do with some better abrasives and stuff. That's the ladders that we got a little bit earlier. You just pop that button and drops the ladders down. This bit can be a bit spicy, so just be careful because you've got like ranged enemies in combination with like grenade throwing enemies, which is a cheeky game dev tactic. where what you can do as a game developer is like combine enemy types. Like what you would do if you was designing a game is you would introduce enemies of a certain type on their own, for example, like a ranged enemy. And then as you progress through the game, you would like put a combination of enemies together, which kind of like spice things up a little bit. I'm going to puppet string that guy over here because we want him to come to us. So you'd put like ranged enemies with melee enemies and stuff like that, just to you know, spice it up for the player. Ideally, I want that guy to come this way, but it's a bit rough with these grenade enemies. I think we're just going to have to go for it here. Yeah, I'm just going to back up real quick, let those guys do their spin to wins. Then we're going to go for it. Focus on this one first. Give me the old 1-2. I think it's 3 grenades, so just watch out for 3. Then get in there. You got to be careful of your stamina though. If you're doing that, make sure you don't run out of stamina before you start poking at enemy there. Dancer's curve sword. Oh, the Dancer, Dark Souls 3. Let me know in the comments if you played Dark Souls 3 and you've battled the Dancer. What a great fight that is. One of my favourite boss fights in Dark Souls 3, although it is very difficult. I would say the Dancer on Dark Souls 3 is probably one of the most difficult bosses in the base game of the game. It's rough. So this enemy here is, as far as I'm aware, is classed as human. So ideally, if you had acid, that would be really good for this boss. Although we don't have any acid at all. So I think what we will do is probably stock up before we go in. It'll be wise to stock up. So we'll grab a few throwables and we'll grab a few acid abrasives. This is why, like, when it comes to leveling up and stuff, I don't tend to spend every single one of my ergo points. Because I like to keep a little bit kind of knocking around so that I can pop back to Malum District. You'll notice, like, if you're following the walkthrough all the way through, you'll notice that we popped to Malum District quite a lot. So this is why we like reduce the item prices and stuff like that to help us with these items. They are super powerful. I think a lot of the time in this game, people don't tend to use them, like throwables and abrasives and shot puts, stuff like that. But I think they're like ridiculously powerful, honestly. So we're fighting human, so we want, say, a few of those. We might not need all 3 to be totally fair, but we might as well buy 3 while we're here. And we'll buy the acid bottles as well. That should be fine. I think I'm probably going to stock up while I'm here, to be fair. I'm going to go for 6 flame. And we'll go for 6 of the throwing cells as well. That should do for now. So we've got 6 of those, 6 of those, and 6 of those. We've got some acid abrasives. So what we're going to do for the actual boss itself is probably just have the same setup as we had for the previous boss. Let's head back. Take out this this mini boss. I'm just trying to think if we're good to go. Yeah, we should be all good. I was trying to think there if we had access to the acid abrasive special grindstone, but I don't think we do, so it's fine. We'll go with fire. If these videos and this series is helping you out, Video Game Warriors, then definitely pop the video a like. Massively, massively grateful for your support. Thank you so much if you do. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed already, drop a comment, share the videos, all that good stuff. Here, we're basically just going to run through. I forgot there's an item. It's tucked away there. Yeah, I think it's just a case of running on through. I'm going to go through the shortcut door, which is on this far side, and then drop down, and then just go straight down. You can skip all these enemies. It'll just make the boss fight easier if we just run straight to it, basically. Careful of your stamina. Run like kind of like a zigzag for these enemies. You want to be careful of getting tagged by that ranged dude. So yeah, mini boss coming on up. Oh, we've got electric on the special actually, but it's fine. We're going to use acid abrasive anyway. So yeah, with this one, just, you know, prepare yourself, get ready. We're going to use acid abrasive and jump straight into it. And we'll start off with a... Make sure she's actually attackable first, and then use the Fable. Then a charged. She can be quite rough. We'll try for some more charged. I'm kind of doing it from a little bit of a distance because I want the third poke to get her, because she can sort of like take you out of the attack. I'm going to go for acid throwables here. I'll try not to miss ideally, so just wait until she's kind of like stood still-ish. Sometimes easier said than done. So the acid. We don't have acid abrasive on, so I'm going to pop it back on. Go for a puppet string. Couple of pokes. Careful here. Top up the health. Puppet string. Go for a couple of pokes. She is staggerable. Which is kind of rough to do on this particular enemy. We probably should have gone for shot puts so we could get the stagger here. We got it either way. A couple of cheeky pokes on the side, then the fatal. I'm going to use that chance to heal up. Charged R2 as she gets up, although we got counted. You can also go for some more throw-in. Go for electric here. In fact, I've changed my mind. We'll go for fire. It's probably a bit stronger. And that's the fight. So we'll pick up those bits and bobs. There's a little item tucked away up top here. Don't forget you can long press on the D-pad, so you can, if you hold down up, or you hold down, it will flick to the first item on the list, which is the pulse cell or the grindstone. So don't forget you can do that mid-fight, which does help a lot. But yeah, like you can see there, the throwables and the abrasives and stuff are like super useful. Very, very powerful stuff, and I think they're underutilized, so... Just gonna check this area. I'm not sure if that gives us anything. I don't think it does. No. I think there's a shortcut we can grab around here. So we'll go grab that. There's nothing too crazy in this section. Although I think there is a dimensional butterfly. We'll grab that shortcut, just for the sake of it. And we'll grab this. There we go. Dim ergo chunk. We'll head on forward. I think we've got yet another mini boss. There's 2 mini bosses in this section. Let's take a little gander. I've got an NPC here as well that starts a quest line for us. So we'll grab this. And I cannot remember this shortcut at all, to be totally honest. I'm sure we'll find it in a sec. So yeah, this guy, just spam away, and then we press fetch. So we're going to accept the quest, essentially there, press fetch, yes. There we go. So we'll grab that, head on down. I think there is a bit of a sort of secret quartz in here, if I'm not mistaken. Or it could be a different sewers bit. Let's see. You know, puppet string these enemies. Watch out for the ads joining the party. We go around this way to avoid his attacks. If you've got any questions, Video Game Warriors, about Lies of P and stuff, then feel free to drop those in the comments. Let me know how you're getting on with the boss fights and stuff, and the mini bosses. You know, have you found some of them easy or some of them difficult? Let me know. So we grabbed a Gemini's emergency protection here. Make sure your health is topped up first, then drop down. We'll take out these enemies. Give me the old one too. I usually go for puppet string first and then attack. It just makes it a lot easier. On these. I think this is the direction for an extra quartz. Watch out for the enemy up above us. Going to try and drop on us. 2 apparently. Struggling with stamina here. We'll grab those. Follow it round. Give this guy the old one too. Yes, this is the quartz. This enemy is a bit rough, so just be careful of this one. Pack a punch. Obviously go for your perfect guards if you can do. 2 adds behind him, which is not going to help matters. Charged R2. Go for the fatal. There we go. Still got so much health. I can't believe how much health these guys have. It just keeps going. Just held down block there after that special grindstone just to make sure that we got the block. Don't forget you can you can just block and just use guard regain. And as we play through, like the guard regain is only going to get more powerful as well. So definitely make use of it. Quartz in this chest, so we'll grab that bad boy. We'll head on up here. This will lead us to a shortcut. Where we fought the mini boss before. My most difficult boss in this game so far is probably because I've not fought him as much as the other bosses, but it's the last boss of the DLC. Is just very, very difficult. Tricky one. So that brings us back up. I'm going to grab this just here. And we'll work our way through a little bit. We essentially backtrack, go back down into the sewers. We got the quartz from before. And we'll work our way through to the next Stargazer. You can roll, don't forget you can sort of roll into enemies. Although this is a terrible example. She doesn't want to move out of the way today. But yeah, don't forget you can roll into enemies and it kind of knocks them back a little bit. So if you just want to kind of get past, you can just roll into them. Barge them out of the way. There we go, that was a better example. This enemy is rough. We probably should take out these first. So I'm just going to focus here real quick. Probably should have battled these a little bit earlier, but it's all good. I'm going to use Fable Arts on this enemy because it can be a nightmare. There we go. That'll do. But yeah, just be prepared for that one because it can be tough. So just make sure you got your Fable, drop into Hotel Quartz, into the training area. Like I say, get your Fable bars back, ready for that enemy. Or you could use Fable catalysts. Although I wouldn't recommend using consumable stuff outside of bosses. So your abrasives and your throwables. And your Fable catalysts and stuff, I probably would hold on to them specifically for bosses, and don't really use them in general areas like this. Some enemies will jump out here, so just be careful. Especially because the consumables and the abrasives and all that sort of stuff cost ergo. And obviously you only have so much ergo, so you don't want to spend too much of it. So that's why I would say hold on to your consumables, hold on to your abrasives, specifically for bosses and mini bosses like we have been doing. Watch out for that ranged dude up top there, tries to shoot you as you run on past. Grab that. This guy the old surprise treatment. Let's push on forward. The surprise Sergeant Dokes from Dexter. I don't know if anyone's watched Dexter, but the famous surprise line. Anyway, just gonna watch out for this dude, otherwise he's gonna take us out. Gotta be careful. These, I think there is a bunch of extra of the baby puppets that like to join here, so just be careful. Once again, no idea why these are so tanky. It's quite insane. But there we go. Bit of string. Gotta be careful with my stamina because I'm running out of stamina here. I mentioned it in a previous episode, but don't forget that if your carry weight is lower, your character is just generally faster, your stamina regenerates faster, and stuff like that. So, you know, our carry weight is a little bit higher, it's 57% at the minute. But say, for example, we took those off, it's now 46%, so your character is just faster, essentially. And better stamina regeneration. If the carry weight is lower, it's probably a good time to bring that up because we just got another defensive part that's inside that safe there, so we could put this defensive part on if we wanted to, which increases our physical damage reduction rate, which obviously is good, but it puts the carry weight up and it takes us to 61%. So I think if it's 60% or higher on the carry weight, it puts you as like slightly heavy and it goes yellow. So you'll notice that once again, we're just a little bit slower. I think it changes the roll to be slightly slower as well. So for now, we'll just keep... Yeah, that roll seems a lot slower to me on slightly heavy. Let's check it one more time. I don't think it's like too much of a difference, but either way, long story short is, you know, if the carry weight is higher, then your character will generally be slower, and the stamina regeneration will be worse, and stuff like that. So just watch out for your character's equipment load, is what I'm saying. Got the key item there, wedding ring, which is for the quest, so make sure to pick up the wedding ring. We'll grab this. I also wanted to mention that it's not really the end of the world if your character's like carry weight goes up to slightly heavy. It's fine. Like I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's not like, yeah, you can still smash through the game with 60% or higher. If it goes red, then I would worry at that point, which I think is 80% or something like that. But yeah, if it's yellow and it's slightly heavy, it's not too bad. So don't worry too much. It's not like game breaking. Watch out for this thing. I always forget about that till the last second. But if the carry weight is red, then that's when you should start to worry about the carry weight. This bit is a little bit tricky once again because we've got all sorts of enemies all trying to fight us all at the same time, like the flame guys and stuff like that. So I'm just going to back up here. I'm just going to get rid of overheat. Watch out for this because it can pack a punch. What we're going to do here, I think, is let's see if we can get the items first. We've got 3 pulse cells, which might carry us through this bit. Maybe not. I think we'll play it safe. So, what's probably the best way to play this is I'm going to run past this mini-boss first, get this Stargazer, and then we'll kind of do this section in reverse-ish. So if that goes red like that, it's fine. What you can do is, because you've activated the Stargazer, you can actually just run round and then use the pocket watch and then press most recent. So you can just do that, and then we'll fight the mad puppet in just a sec. So we'll head back to this Stargazer here, and then we're going to backtrack to the mad puppet just around the corner. So let's head on back round, whip out the old electric, slap that bad boy on, and then we're going to get started here. This puppet can be a bit of a pain. It's not too bad. We're going to back up here. If you can get your perfect parries and your charged attacks, it does help a lot on this guy. With that one, obviously you have to get miles out of the way or perfect parry it, but it is very, very quick. We did manage to get it there. Ideally, we want electric to be on him, although I might try for a few throw-in cells just to make that a little bit easier. There we go. And we'll try and get a stance break if possible. Charged R2, charged R2. The parries have, watch out for the last strike in that combo, then a charged R2. Don't get baited by the animation because it looks like he's finished, but he hasn't. So we'll pop that fatal attack there. We can also use a Fable Arts attack, so we'll go for that. It's pretty decent damage. But be careful because he packs a massive punch. If you can get your perfect parries, absolutely go for it. Watch out for the last one. You can use guard regain as well. I'm going to heal up there. Try for the perfect parry. I'm going to try and build up that stagger damage if possible. Charged R2 if possible. Charged R2. It's not got it, which is not ideal. Bit rough there. So we missed the stagger because of that. So that was me. I took my finger off R2. I thought it was charging the attack, but it wasn't. Gotta be careful here. Then we could just finish this with throw-in cells, but ideally I want to keep my hands on the throw-in cells for later. Because they are super useful in the next boss fight. Charge R2. There we go, we finally got it. So yeah, this one can be a little bit tough, as you can see. It's all good. We get a Quartz for that as well. Probably not the smoothest mini-boss there, but there you go. If you do get stuck with that boss and it's not going very well, say for example you're fighting that boss and you've run out of pulse cells and stuff like that, what I'd recommend doing is running around here and then using the pocket watch and then going back to the most recent Stargazer and reset it. So if it's going terribly, you can do that if you want to. Or if you if you drop your ergo on the floor, it's not really like it's very far to go pick it back up anyway, so you can do that. Like I do say, the throw-in cells and stuff will probably make that boss a little bit easier, so if you wanted to go rack up some throw-in cells, feel free to do that, but I wanted to hang on to them for the upcoming boss fight. So what we're going to do here is kind of like do this little section in reverse. This can be a bit rough because you've got grenade enemies and flamethrower enemies. I'm going to focus on the grenade enemy first, I think, because the flamethrower enemies are quite slow. So take that guy out. There's one here. Take that guy out as well. Careful of the overheat once again. I think that's all there is in this section. I don't think we missed anything. I know we did. We kind of like quickly ran through this bit. You can go over the bridge. Up top, but I think we got everything up there. We'll pop back to that section. There's an NPC that joins us a little bit later up the top of that bridge. So we'll just head on forward for now. We'll head back up. Just double check this section because we kind of sprinted through. Make sure that we've got all the bits and bobs, which I think we have. Yeah, that's looking good. So next we've got to drop into the Opera House. We've got that boss fight coming on up in just a sec. We're going to rest at this. I'm not sure if we've got any NPCs to chat to. Oh, we do. Yeah, let's go do that. So we'll head back and talk to this NPC and finish off this guy's quest line. We also have a lie opportunity here as well, so we can pump up some humanity points. So if you're going for that sweet maximum humanity, and you're going for the secret weapon, and you're going for the good ending of the game, or what's classed as a good ending, you want to be racking up humanity. So hand it over, and then we want to lie.
Maybe I'm crazy though.
Which is, I saw the message she left saying that she loves you. So we're going to say that.
Melody, she was my god.
Yep.
I'm pleased.
Spam through that. Wedding ring, sad.
She was my one true. She was my one.
Gesture is there as well. So we've got the sad gesture. Nice one.
She was my one. She was my.
So that is that. And then we have Adelina, I believe, coming on up if we go towards the Opera House. So we've got a side quest kind of tucked away inside the Opera House. We need to scout that out. We have Cryptic Vessel coming up as well, which is tucked away inside the Opera House. Let's go take a little gander. In fact, before we jump into the Opera House video game Warriors, I think what we shall do is wrap up this episode here. Thank you for watching. Do like the video if it has helped you out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode.